This week is shaping up to be one of the most pivotal we've seen in a long time, and that's largely due to the influence of external forces, which could push the market in either direction significantly higher or sharply lower. Let's take a closer look at what's ahead and try to anticipate any major shifts that might be coming. There's a lot of critical data scheduled for release, but the spotlight is firmly on Wednesday. That's when the Federal Reserve will announce its latest decision on interest rates, followed by a press conference that could provide valuable insight into their outlook. It's been a while since we've had this level of anticipation, and with the FOMC meeting just 2 days away, the tension is building. So, where do we stand, bullish or bearish? From my perspective, the sentiment leans more cautious, even bearish, given that most market participants expect the Fed to maintain current rates. When the Fed holds steady, markets often trade sideways, lacking clear direction. At this point, I anticipate the Fed will keep rates unchanged, at least through June. Not long ago, the odds of a rate cut were hovering around 60%, but that narrative has shifted. The current expectation is for rates to remain where they are for now. As I've consistently said, the Fed won't pivot to rate cuts unless an unforeseen, high-impact event, what we'd call a black swan, forces a change in policy. They're waiting for a real disruption before making a move. So, unless something truly unexpected rocks the system, June is likely another hold, and maybe July brings a cut, but only if the market gets hit hard enough to demand one. I've held this view for some time. No rate cut unless there's a serious jolt to the financial system. When this all unfolds, expect it to feel like a reset of the 2020 cycle, only this time, potentially 3 times as intense. Something intriguing came up via Ash crypto breaking. A major whale has just initiated a massive short position on Bitcoin, totaling $119.7 million with 40x leverage. The entry price is around $195K, with the liquidation point sitting down at $12K. That's extreme. Bitcoin's currently hovering around $94.3K, about $1K below his entry, definitely high-stakes whale behavior. Using 40x leverage isn't something you do on a whim. It raises the question, does this whale know something the broader market doesn't? This might not be some impulsive move, it could be part of a deeper strategy, especially since the market dipped shortly after he opened the position. That suggests there may be something bigger brewing beneath the surface, so it's worth monitoring closely. As for XRP, let's talk short-term outlooks. The first important support level is near $25, while a more significant one lies around $1.80. These are the main zones I'm watching. I think the $1.80 mark is more likely to hold strong if things turn volatile. If XRP bounces from that area, we might see a short-term rally as the market reassesses its direction. If I didn't already hold XRP and was thinking of buying more, I'd personally wait to see if the price drops to that $1, $80, $90 range before making a move. Just my opinion, always do your own research. Could we hit those levels in the next day or two? Hard to say. Right now, the markets look shaky heated, but not in a bullish way. The pain may not be over yet. On a technical note, Chad highlighted something critical on XRP's weekly chart. Several moving averages, the 5, 10, and 30 are converging, which often signals upcoming volatility. I'm not 100% sure which average represents what, but typically, when short and long-term averages meet like this during consolidation, it can be bearish unless a strong trend breaks out. The sideways action XRP's been stuck in has given these MAs time to catch up, not always a great sign. What could reverse this? Maybe a bullish divergence, or, ideally, a hidden bullish divergence where price forms higher lows, but RSI drops, suggesting a rebound is coming. If Bitcoin can stay above the $93, $7K, $94K zone, there's still a shot at a bullish crossover that lifts the whole crypto space, BTC, XRP, and beyond. One more shot. A lot of the current downward pressure seems tied to Trump's market activity. Not surprising, we've seen signs of market manipulation, and it feels like we're being pushed lower ahead of some major black swan moment. If that happens, XRP could sink as low as $1.30 or maybe further. There's a lot at stake right now. Speaking of Trump, here's what's new. He just introduced a 100% tariff on all foreign-produced movies. His justification? He claims the U.S. film industry is in steep decline because other nations are enticing American filmmakers and studios with incentives to relocate. Places like Hollywood and other domestic production hubs are under pressure. Trump views this not just as an economic issue, but as a national security concern tied to foreign influence and propaganda. As a result, he's directed the Department of Commerce and the U.S. Trade Representative to enforce a steep tariff on all international films entering the country. His message is clear. We want films made in America again, and that's not the only move he's making. Additional tariffs are on the way. For instance, Chinese imports are now facing a staggering 145% tariff. Trump's response? They had it coming. This entire series of events unfolded today and appears to be part of a broader trend that's contributing to the current downturn in both crypto and stock markets. That said, I remain very optimistic over the long term, extremely bullish in fact. But getting to where we want to go won't be simple. The road ahead looks unpredictable, filled with uncertainty and unusual developments. Things are getting murky. Now, why is Trump acting so forcefully right now? It seems like a calculated strategy. By applying economic pressure through tariffs and provoking certain responses, he's effectively pushing asset prices down. This could set the stage for a major black swan event. If that happens, the Federal Reserve may be forced to intervene by slashing interest rates. That move could trigger another round of large-scale money printing, potentially pushing Bitcoin above $300K and sending XRP soaring toward $100. The real question is, can you hang on until that moment arrives? Tariffs are often framed as long-term solutions, yet Trump continues to argue that China's economy is collapsing. He's emphasizing that their desperation to trade is evidence of their internal crisis. He's been sounding the alarm on China's troubles for quite some time and now it seems those warnings are coming true. It's possible that there's a deliberate strategy unfolding here. Cause a recession, then rebuild the economy with an aggressive monetary reset. We're already seeing the strain on the middle-class restaurants downsizing, consumers pulling back on spending, and signs of economic fatigue everywhere. Just look at all the store closures and bankruptcies. That's clear that something is breaking down. Even McDonald's, of all companies, just reported a decline in same-store sales. That's a huge red flag for consumer strength.